Okay, today on Crazy Carl Projects.
We jack where you're not supposed to and then use it as stands. But it was impossible to jack it high enough off the jack point to get jack stands under it anywhere. Because this suspension travels about 3 feet. So if I didn't have the jack stands under the axle there, these tires would still be touching the ground.
Oh, they're definitely not touching the ground now.
That's with this up this high. That's why I had to get this creative with it.
Look at that suspension travel.
Because I had to do that, I used a great big block so that the weight was spread over a lot of distance, and then I used jack stands on the back part close to the extra weld here for the leaf, for the springs. You don't want to do it on the spring pads, you don't want to do it on the jack points, because you can warp them or bend them. You don't want to do that.
You said jack points, but you...
Well, they're not jack points. The jack points, you have a jack point here, lift the whole rear end. You have toe points here that might or might not be jack points as well. But regardless, this jack did not go high enough to get the wheels off the ground using any of the jack points.
Yep.
So, and having to get them all off because I'm having to rotate tires, look at brakes, and as you can see already, knock the dust out. We've already had to take the hubcaps off because the dust has built up to the point that wheels have gotten out of balance. So I've got to declumpify them so I can get rid of the vibration. It's also been 10,000 miles, so it's time to rotate. I don't understand why this one... I'm worried this one's been crossed. Should not be that hard to unscrew. I believe that one had been cross-threaded. Yep. It's been cross-threaded. How bad, though? Bad enough. Well...
Metal, shiny and new.
Right. I don't know how that got cross-threaded, but it got cross-threaded.
Another fun day of surprises out here.
I know it's not me because, or any of us could be able to get this wheel off. We couldn't get that side off to look at it.
No.
So I know we haven't done it.
And we are racing daylight out here.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to get a mallet. Alright. That dead blow, my old friend, at least it's knocking the mud loose, some of it. This is why the tire's out of balance. The hubcaps were even worse. The hubcaps were bad enough that when we took them off, the balance got better.
I'm just now realizing I don't get paid enough for this.
I swear they pressed these wheels on.
They ain't falling off yet. Oh man.
They're still stuck on the hub.
How much dirt did they put on it? There it goes. Oh.
But we couldn't get in here to wash it good enough to get the... So this is why it's out of balance.
It'll be it.
So... The balance has already been improved.
Gotta do that, at least keep a rhythm so I can sing to it, dang.
And yes, I have been running this car through the car wash. Underwash doesn't necessarily get it. You only see a big pot, see the inside. Come on. I don't understand why they have so little the tolerance on the hub lock for these wheels are you stretch the wheel to get it on there. And these are factory wheels.
I was about to the point to start singing rock songs to the beat you were doing. Yes, we had another one rides a bus. We also had, I'm trying to remember that White Stripes song.
This is why the balance
Hardest button to button.
And this is why the tires have gotten all out of balance.
Just a little bit.
Believe it or not, mud buildup can cause a lot of problems with your balance.
Oh yeah, I know. Anybody grew up on a dirt road in Georgia knows that.
This is what 8,000 miles of driving on dirt does to you.
Yep.
And that's actually not a lot for me in a year. I've been impressed. I got warned about the wheels on that truck as being problematic for this stuff. And thankfully, I haven't had a whole lot of trouble with that truck.
Huh. That's a 2000, right?
2000 F-150.
V6.
Yeah.
So, just need a decent knock-around truck. It is a decent knock-around truck.
I got to figure out how to get the drums off. Well, first off, I got to release the parking brake. That'll help.
I don't think your parking brake's going to do much anymore.
Well, it's going to hold those. It's going to hold those brake pads on. It's going to hold those drums on. The good news is the parking brakes still work on both sides.
True.
So I think I remember how to do these. This won't work on this. I think you have to get a bolt and put in there and tighten it down so it pushes this off because everything's pressed on. Which has its pluses and minuses. The pluses, it does make it a little more mechanically sound. Minuses, it makes it a lot harder to fix. So, this is probably going to be it for tonight because we're running out of daylight. Sun's almost down already.
Yes.
So,
we're racing daylight and we're losing.
this would be
I would have never thunk about that. I would have never thought about that. And yeah. Look at how much. What have you been doing?
driving on dirt roads. Lots of them. That's not even got everything off of it. I'm going to be fighting with these. I'm going to actually leave these sitting up.
You'll leave it sitting out like this and hope it rains on them?
Yep, there's a chance of rain next 3 days.
Whatever works, I guess. Alrighty, so we're going to get to another thing real quick, and then this is it for today, but not for this particular video.
No. For Magic Video, we'll be right back.
Yeah, after these messages, he's in a new shirt.
Alright, we finally got all the wheels off. And doing an assessment of this. These struts don't look to be leaking, but I think I am going to replace them all the way around when I do the lift kit. And the boots on the sway bar, on the tire rods, they're all, it's not horrible, but their rubbers failed and there's no way to refill them, so they need replaced. But they seem tight still. The biggest problem is someone probably had replaced the pads on these, but good grief, that drum, it is, yeah. I don't think it's been on the Titanic, but it could have been.
He said drum, he means rotor.
Rotor. But yeah. Let's just take some of this nice rust off. And you can see the contact patch on it is you come back out. Oh, and the bearings on the struts are all kinds of crunchy. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm going to go ahead and replace the struts. The contact bearings where they meet the body are crunchy.
I'm not laying down in this to give y'all a better shot.
But only thing left, got all the wheels off, got them all cleaned but this one because this is a nightmare. These are so hard. I am using anti-seize when I put these back on, so maybe they'll come on and off better. Good grief, it's been a nightmare fighting with these to get them on and off, these wheels. And I still have to do the drum removal. But you can hear where it's scrubbing. But now I don't know if it's even worth it, so I know I've got to replace the brakes. This side isn't as bad. See, it'll actually spin. But it's scrubbing just a tad. And this side over here, this rotor's been replaced more recently, I think. Because it's not near as rusted out.
I didn't even look at that one. No, that is nowhere near as bad. I'd still get two, though.
But still,
we'll get drilled and slided for you.
Still got quite a bit of resistance.
Drilled and slotted all the way around.
It may need bearings, too.
Actually, no, don't do drilled and slotted, because you'll get freaking rocks and stuff stuck in them.
I was
That
just
would not be
kidding.
fun.
I'm just kidding.
I was being serious about it.
No, not the way this guy drives off-road.
But yeah, there may be bearings needed.
This is the one where I think there's a...
They're solid, but it's just a little more grindy than it should be. All right, so that's going to be it. Since I know I'm going to have to redo brakes, I'm going to do them all the way around. The good thing about this is it doesn't look like it's any kind of bearing issues. It's just the brake scrubbing somewhere. But, so new suspension, new brakes, and new ends are in line, but nothing's crucial. Nothing's a have to right now. So I'm just going to finish cleaning the wheels out and rotating, do an oil change. So that's it for this one. And like I said, to get these off, there are 2 bolt points here and here. I didn't find the bolt for it yet because I decided not to take them off, but when we do, you'll end up putting a bolt there and a bolt there and tightening them, threading them in.
Sure about that?
The only way to get these off, and there's threads in them, so that's the only way it makes sense. There's no other way to get that off. You may take your whole wheel bearing with it. It's possible. It's also possible you have to.
It might just separate from the axle. If you do.
But that'll be a later video, so stay tuned. Till next time, like, share, subscribe, and have a good one.
That'll be mistakes for later us to deal with.
So long.